There's a massive paradox right now in dating happening to highly successful and high performing men. In business, you protect your time, your capital, and your focus ruthlessly. You understand basic leverage. You know that you flood the market, or if you overproduce a supply of your product, the value of it essentially goes to zero. And yet, you guys won't take this same approach when it comes to managing your time and your investment with an attractive woman. You constantly text her to stay on her radar and make sure she doesn't forget you. You over accommodate her schedule, moving business meetings, moving training sessions, or otherwise important things that you need to get done just so you can make some time for her. And what you think you're doing is showing a genuine, healthy interest. You're trying to show that you're serious. You're trying to show your intentions. You think you're being a gentleman and you think that you are courting her properly, when all you're doing is showing her that your time and attention are both cheap and readily available. And human beings are hardwired not to value things that are plentiful. The more rare something is, or the harder it is to achieve or attain it, the more inherently valuable it is. And this miscalibration is the exact reason that you guys are getting ghosted. See, ghosting isn't this unexplainable thing or this mystery that guys can't seem to figure out. It's a response to how you are giving away your time and giving away your attention to a woman. You think it's because, oh, women are they're ghosting and they're immature and they just won't respond, when really she's giving you a response, and that no response is the response. Ghosting is simply that simple, natural, and predictable outcome that comes when a man overinvests his time and attention in a woman who doesn't reciprocate. So, what does this look like in practicality? Most guys fall into a couple of simple yet very common traps. They will text good morning and good night text. They will ask things like, how are you? How was your day? How was your weekend? Very boring, very predictable texts that A, make her do a lot of work, but B, don't create any sort of mystery or tension or move the interaction offline and towards a face to face interaction, i.e., a date. And when you're sending these texts and these check ins, and when you think you're building this comfort and you think you're building rapport in a relationship, what you're doing is removing every single ounce of tension, friction, or mystery that you may have had between the two of you. And if you want a woman to go out on a date with you, and if you want her to take time out of her evening or out of her weekend schedule to meet up with you, then there has to be some sort of tension, anticipation, or mystery, ideally a combination of all three. When she realizes that you are predictable and that you're so easily kept around her finger and she can easily get your time and attention for her own validation without investing any of her own in you, she has no reason to meet up with you. Then she eventually gets bored and then you end up ghosted. But what is it that she finds boring, or what is it that actually turns her off? It's the idea that you are a driven, high performing, highly successful man, and yet you still will prioritize texting her or checking in on her or responding to her messages throughout the day, even when you have all of these other supposed things that are super important then that require your time and attention. You are choosing to prioritize her over all of those other things. And what this makes you look like is you're a man who's constantly seeking her validation and seeking her approval. And as much as women may tell you they want to be the center of your life and they want to be the number one, they really don't. Women want a man that's on a mission, who's on his purpose, who has a goal and a North Star in mind. And they want to be the kind of person that supports her man reach that mission. But she doesn't want to be the end all be all. She doesn't want to be your purpose for existing. And she certainly doesn't want to be the only thing that you care about in life, because that's pressure that she never signed up for. And that's going to be impossible for her to live up to. So she didn't ghost you because she just one day forgot about you. She ghosted you because you showed that your time and attention are extremely readily available and cheap, which makes you predictable, which makes you boring, which makes you unattractive. So there's two things you need to do if you're one of these guys that's getting ghosted right now. The first thing you need to do is you need to stop being a slave to your phone and social apps and text messages from these women. You need to be focused throughout the day on things that are actually moving you forward, your business forward, your life forward, your training and your physical regimen forward. You need to make sure that you're not just checking back for her notifications, whether it's on a dating app or her text messages or an Instagram message. You need to have some discipline not to react and not to go and respond as soon as she might reach out to you. And the second thing is you need to have the internal mindset shift that the phone and texting is for two purposes only. It's for basic screening and compatibility, and it's for setting dates and getting her off the app or off text messages into an in-person potential romantic interaction, aka a date. You're not texting to build comfort or build rapport. You certainly shouldn't be texting her just because you're bored and you have nothing else to do. And the worst possible thing you can do that you need to stop doing if you are is texting her and seeking her validation, her responses, and her telling you good things that are going to make you feel good about yourself. You should feel good about yourself already because you're the kind of guy that can move mountains. You're a high performing, highly successful man. And if you're relying on a woman's validation to make you like who you are, then we've got a lot more work to do than we could possibly imagine. And so when you can internalize this mindset shift and understand that the phone is just a tool for setting appointments and that it's for setting dates, when she texts back slow or gives you a dry response or doesn't reply to a message at all, you don't panic. You don't double text. You don't go into interrogation mode. You don't start sending a bunch of questions about why she's not responding or trying to playfully get her to respond just so you can feel better and avoid any discomfort for just a little while. You just get back to focusing on yourself, focusing on your business, your career, your training, and all of the things that are making you the high performing, highly successful man that you already are. Because you got that way without needing or seeking female validation, and you just need to continue staying that way. And one of two things is going to happen. And then one of two things is going to happen. She's going to feel the drop of attention. She's going to feel that you're not texting and reaching out, and that's going to build tension. And she's either going to gravitate back towards you to relieve that tension, or she's just not going to respond to you, or she's not going to text you essentially ever again. And either one of those outcomes are perfectly fine because we're either getting to a yes or we're getting to a no. The worst place we can be is in this maybe area where we don't really know if she's getting into you or she's going to go out with you, but she's not ignoring you. You need to be able to get her from is she interested or is she not as soon as possible. So the takeaway I want you to have is that your time is your ultimate currency, especially when it comes to women. Your attention and your time and your effort is what they value the most. So make sure that's an actual valuable resource. Make sure that you're not just giving it away totally free all the time, untethered, because it shows that you have nothing else going on and you're prioritizing someone who's at this point not showed you that you're a priority. Really, your priority should be on your business, your training, your health, your North Star, whatever your mission and purpose is in life. And then she's going to come secondary to that. And if she can't handle that, then that's probably not a woman that's going to be a fit for a long-term relationship because she's certainly not going to add value to your life and add value to you being on the path of your mission and purpose. So if you're a high-performing man and you want your dating life to look just as successful as your business life and your physical fitness life, then grab the Digital Attraction Blueprint in the link below. It comes with an entire 26-page workbook that will walk you through all of the modules. It will take you all the way from auditing your past behaviors so you can figure out what you've been doing wrong, fixing the issue, building a dating app from scratch with the 4 photos that you need, bio, intros, openers, transitioning from the app to the date, all the way to screening for a long-term relationship. Grab that below. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one and working with me directly and doing some private coaching, reach out to me at one of my socials below in the DMs. We can certainly discuss it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the next video.